Okay, so starting this third song, and I wanted to experiment about using two sources instead of like thinking multi-amp, because I'm not looking to do that. Thinking like amp, which is my JCM 800, into the surreactive load with an IR, and then splitting simultaneously to Axe-Fx, to the FM9. So here's the 800 just by itself with an IR. No pedal in front of it, just straight in. And there it is. It's so weird. It's so quiet. Except the IR loader makes a little like noise, and actually you can hear the playing through the IR loader, because I guess it's I can't think of what it's called, but it's taking in the load that's coming off. And here's what the amp actually sounds like without the IR. This is that's crazy sounding. That's actually what the sound of your amp is. That's so weird. Okay, now we're going to go to the FM9, which I just have a little stereo patch of 2C+. And what's weird is that, everything just sounded a little strange this morning when I fired this up, and it's like, I don't know if I'm just freaking out. I don't know. So everything just sounds like I'm using this headlight amp switcher, amp selector, and it started, I was wondering, like, was it diminishing the sound? And then I messed with the drag, and I seem to have it better, but I've never had any weirdness in here, and now all of a sudden it feels weird, and I don't know why, but onward and upward. So here is Axe-Fx. That's primarily what's on that new track that we just finished. Okay, so there you go. There's Axe-Fx. And again, here is 800 with the IR. Again, these are not necessarily combinable sounds, but I wanted to see what's going on. So we're at Playback Engine. We're at 128 samples. I'm going to do a tick and we're going to take a look. Let's just see what this looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Right? So everybody, oh, look at that. Okay. So, yeah, it's like phase is flipped, right? Or polarity is flipped. It looks like it's flipped. And the FM9 is much later because of probably the processing. So let's take a look at this. So if you put this in, this first thing in sample mode, it tells you the sample differential. So let's say we come here. Let's just go from the first peak transient, let's just say, to the first peak there. So 243 samples, and it would appear that maybe the phase is flipped, the polarity is flipped. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here, and we're going to put on, where am I? I'm doing this on the IR, right, which is mono. I don't know that I was trying to add this yesterday. I don't think I did. Give me 1 second. Time adjuster, is it the Apple sign? I think it is. Now if I come here, it should be in here. Right, time adjuster. So let's say we go 243. That's going to knock the IR, the amp, back 243 samples. And let's first hear that. I'll play a little bit, and we'll hear that. Let's do this. Let's first mute it. So here we go. So this is pure, which could be possibly very late and polarity reversed. Yeah, real gacky. Now we go time adjuster. So let's listen to it without time adjuster. And now with time adjuster. But now let's flip the polarity. You guys get that? You see how that worked? Can you hear the difference? Here's with the polarity, meaning the way that the waves go. So if it starts up and then down, polarity flips it and it goes down and then up, right? So it appeared that the polarity was different here. Let me go to another section. Yeah, if I look here. Yeah, so this one's going up. This one's going down. 234. Let's just say for argument's sake, 237. Let's switch this. Let's do 237. 237 samples. This is going to knock the amp. Let me also take him out of record mode. It's going to knock the amp out. It's going to knock it back 200. And you can go the other way. You can just slide the other track up, which is just as easy, but not with the plug-in. I manually do that. But this is just to hear this thing, right? And then you can see that the first transient of the amp goes down. The first transient of the Axe-Fx goes up. So here we go. Probably will work even better without it in record mode. So let's kill this. So this is just the raw tracks. In theory, polarity reversed, out of phase. Yeah, you can hear it. It's like very kind of washy. Now if I engage this, now I've kicked it back and flipped it. So, all right, now here's a thought. I'm going to try something right now since we're going to go amp straight, and it did. And what's funny, is that my amp switcher never seemed to be weird. It always was like, oh, this thing's awesome. It's radio. This is a tank. It's beautiful, right? And though I will tell you, what the heck, I got this all wrapped around, that when I fired this up this morning, it did seem gacky. Like it seemed different. Like, no, it didn't seem gacky. When I went through the splitter, first I got everything working. I went in single. I went 10-foot cable guitar into my JCM 800. Sounded great. When I went into the splitter and then split out to the Axe-Fx and the 800, all of a sudden the 800 got very dark and lower gain. It was definitely not the same. So the only thing there is on it is a drag control. I turned it up and it got brighter. I don't even really know. I thought that drag was more of a, like to try to line things up, but it did seem to make a difference. So, but now this is going to be, so check it out. So you see this track here? This is going to be the same exact track, except now I am straight into the amp. I'm not going through the amp selector. Okay, so here is the original track that was through the splitter. Oh, you know what? Let me kill the time adjuster. Hold on, what? That was weird. Oh, I'm hearing this. Dang it! Operator error. Here we go. I'm sorry. Here's the amp using the radial headlight splitter. And now straight in. Splitter. It's a little different. The splitter is covering it a little bit, but you know, it's not something. So let's try this. We're gonna go splitter, EQ added. I'm not adding an EQ, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a little top end on the amp and see if I can make up the difference. And this is why I'm doing all of this new setup, because for most of my primary rhythms, I just want to plug straight into the amp. I don't even want a tuner in the thing. Add a little top, a little bit of presence, and a touch more gain. How different it is. So here was the original. No, here's straight in. And now splitter with a little bit of treble and a little gain boosting. Yeah, it's a marginal thing, and I bet I can get it closer. It needs a little bit more top. Here's, again, splitter with a little EQ added. So here is straight in. And splitter with EQ. That's it. So guess what? Splitter's fine. I'll only use it when I need to. Other than that, I want to go straight in. Because straight in is just straight in, man. I have like 3 awesome high-end 10-foot cables, and that's what I'm using. You know, and anyway, so it did work. So let's do this. Let's go back to this. Command Shift U, Command Shift B. Let's remove all this unused schmutz. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. Let's bring back in that. And let's go like that. So here's both amps. A little weirdness on, for some reason, I don't know, maybe I'm just... Yeah, let me get rid of the gate too. There's like a hey, and I don't know. Let me check the flipping phase. Hold on. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, and there's no 3 or 4. So they don't matter. Okay, well then we'll just go with no lift, right? And that's it. Why is it like there's still a gate on? Wait a second. Am I missing this? How is this possible? The gate is off. Oh, I wonder if there's a gate in the amp. Hold on. Is there a gate in this amp? Shouldn't be. I wonder if it's in the input. Hold on. Yeah, there's a gate in there for sure. There's something going on. Pressure threshold. Inputs. Gate. Oh my God. There's a gate in here. What? Okay, there you go. No, it wasn't. It was like this, right? So like here, 60. Oh, it was minus 60. I think that's what I saw. Okay. Okay, all right. That explains it. All right. All right, I'm just gonna leave it for right now. Oh my god, that was crazy. I'm telling you, I learned something every dang day here at work. All right, there you go. So I don't even need this gate. Okay. Wow. Back a little treble off. Now it feels all bitey. I know that in the past I've been making this brighter. That explains it. Okay. Well, here we go. All right, we'll take that as pretty even. That's close enough for rock and roll. So here we go. Because they're both kind of loud, we want to tuck them in. I got everybody just tucked down as a group. Here we go. So, Axe Effects and a real amp with an IR. I mean, you want to talk about a lot of technology. Whoa. Yeah, so I'll tell you guys. I don't know about, I don't know. I'm not really totally loving this concept. Yeah, 238. Yeah, so we're good. Yeah, it's okay. It's cool. I'm wondering if it would be better to just get my sound with either Axe Effects or an amp with an IR or a cab, whatever it is I want, run a DI and try reamping. And if that would, because I kind of, I've been tracking so much single amp lately. I kind of like that. Like the whole, trying to make them jive while I'm recording, it's slowing me down. Just look at this, right? All right, here we go. Anyway, here they are together. It sounds cool. It sounds cool for sure. I think it does. Now, the thing you can do here is go like this, delete that, come here, and move this ahead to... We'll do 240, not 230. What is it, 238? You're going to do 4 less. We'll do 233, and I'll show you why. If you go to 0, it's 4 samples is the minimum. So if I come here and I go Option H, I can move this back to, let's say 233, I think, earlier. So what I'm going to do is move the FM9 earlier, and then I'll flip the phase on the time adjuster. But remember, time adjuster's minimum is 4 samples. So boom. So now I just manually did it. So now I don't have this. Now it'll be more in time with the music. It'll be, you know, in more the time of what I played. So let's hear if it's a... Yeah, whatever. So there you go. I mean, the next thing is to run an amp. I'm not going to do it. I'm not in the mood to do it. Oh, I got to pick my kid up. Last day of school. Sit. Last day of school. All right. Well, anyway, that's... Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this combination, so that really makes this. There's the Billy. Here's the FM. I don't really care for the combination. I would rather use like a Recto or something, maybe even a 50. I don't know. I wouldn't have used the Mark. But anyway, there you go. So, yeah. I would say that the experiment was a success in that we can do this, but that's not the greatest example of it, I don't think. But I think it was a success. So yeah, there you go, man. Last day of school, man. Last day of school. Peace.